Welcome to Awaken the Mind, the NLP and Hypnosis Guide, hosted by David Uhas.
You're listening to Awaken the Mind, the NLP and Hypnosis Guide, a podcast that inspires the curious to the professional to discover meaningful content and pursue their passions. My name is David Uhas, and I'm a master NLP practitioner and hypnotist, best known for losing over 100 pounds and running 6 marathons in 2 years. And I'm sitting down with hypnotists, NLP practitioners, and coaches to talk about their process, the lessons they've learned, and how to make an impact in the lives of others.
Our guest today is Caryn Bird. Hypnotherapist Caryn Bird is the author of Hypnosis-Niche and creator of Attitude of Champion online mentoring and coaching course. Her practice, Win With Hypnosis, is located in Burlington, Wisconsin. Caryn's niche is working with athletes for mental toughness, confidence, and peak performance. With her eCourse, she teaches hypnotherapists around the world how to successfully work with athletes using sports hypnosis. Her passion is not only helping athletes reach their peak performance, but to assist other hypnotherapists find a profitable niche to start growing their business immediately. And please give a warm welcome to the fabulous and wonderful Caryn Bird. Hello, Caryn.
Hi, David. Thanks for that great introduction.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being here today. And I'm really looking forward to learning more about you and what you're up to. We talked a little bit beforehand, and I shared that I first met you in St. Louis at the Heartland Hypnosis Conference and really enjoyed your presentation.
Thank you. Yes, I noticed the other day that you were there. You were on my list. Awesome.
I signed up.
Yes, you did.
So you are in Wisconsin. What's the weather like there this wonderful time of year?
It has been unusually cold. I know it's been, kind of cold around the country, but as you can hear, I have a cold that I'm battling now. But yes, it's cold for November. But you know what? It's okay because it is what it is. We live here and we expect it, right?
That's right. That's right. I years ago asked somebody who lived up in Wisconsin, and he said, I loved it. We looked forward to the winter. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I can't imagine that. And he's like, no, really? He said there were sports, there were things, snowmobiling. What are some things that you like to do in the wintertime?
Well, we live on a lake, so I do like to ice skate when we have our rain cloud, so that's great. And snowshoe.
Cool.
I used to cross-country ski. I haven't done that as much. And then, of course, I have 3 boys, so they keep talking about snowmobiles, but we'll see. So always fun stuff to do.
Nice, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, share with me about your growing up, what town you're from, the schools, people that have affected you, mentors, hobbies and interests, the things you like to do growing up.
Okay. Gosh, what did I like to do growing up? I just liked having fun. I have my program, Attitude of a Champion. Everyone asks me if I was an athlete. Not really. I was a cheerleader, but
That's an athlete. That's a big athlete.
That is an athlete. Now they're a lot more competitive than they were. But yeah, so I enjoyed life. I lived in Wisconsin. I went to college in Wisconsin and told myself I was never going to settle here, that I was going south. And then met my husband, and here I am in Wisconsin. So hobbies, downhill skiing, that's always fun. Water skiing, we like to water ski, golf. Enjoying the outside. That's outside in nature is really my hobby, and my family. I guess I'd say that.
Now, did you have any role models going up, any teachers or just people in the community that inspired you to be a helper?
I did have a few teachers that I really connected with. And I think being a helper is part of our personality, right? It's what
Right.
our God-given gift is. I want to help. So I recall since the day I can remember, I think I was in 1st grade and decided to be a psychologist. Always wanted to be a psychologist, and went to school for psychology, and went to UW-Milwaukee for an MSW, and then ended up being a hypnotherapist. So it's amazing. And yes, it's something I always wanted to do since I was very young.
How did you first learn about hypnosis and moving into what you do now?
Great question. Isn't that an interesting question? Because we know that everyone that gets into hypnosis has some experience with it in their own life, right?
Right.
How did I worked in sales and marketing, even though I had a degree in psychology. And I was an at-home mom for about 10 years. That was my goal. And then I heard about hypno birthing when we were about to have our third child. I heard about it on the radio. And I thought, what the heck, I'm going to try it. It's about having a natural birth easily and calmly, because my first two were not so easy. And I used hypno birthing, and my husband and I couldn't believe how well it worked. It was amazing. And then that led to me being a practitioner, which then led to me becoming certified in hypnosis. And because I come from a background of athletes, I started working with athletes right away. So it's kind of how I got into it.
I saw on your website, certified in age regression, hypno, make sure I say it right, hypno anesthesia and pain management, pediatric hypnosis, weight loss hypnosis, sports hypnosis, mindset trainer, hypno coach, certified member of the National Guild of Hypnotists, certified hypno birthing practitioner, Mary Mongan method since 2003. Can you talk about any of those different modalities?
When I really think about all those certificates and certifications, it really makes you that well-rounded hypnotherapist. And I even tell the new ones that are in my online program, because they do the mentoring and coaching through the program, it's about experience. It's about learning more, and you could overwhelm yourself. I love it that I have all these certifications and all of these resources, because people come to us for everything. But the more resources, the more certifications you can get, the more you have your go-to in your toolbox.
I have a handful of certifications, and I kept telling myself, when are you going to start all of those different tools that I learned, just integrated all into what I do around health? And I was resistant around niching, but now I see the value in, what is it that I'm really passionate about.
I love it.
Share with us your niche, your absolute passion.
My niche, my absolute passion, and I will say this until the day I die, that the easiest clients you could work with are the high performers, the athletes. Yeah. They're motivated. They know how to work hard. They do the tasks. You don't have to do deep work with them. It's really about the mindset training, teaching them to be their own mental coach. That's my niche. The funny thing is, and you'll read it if you read my book, that it took me 12 years to really decide that I was going to hone in on that niche, even though it was who I enjoyed working with. It was the main, most of my clients. But I resisted like everyone else did. What if it limits my clients? I'm not an expert in it. All that stuff that we tell ourselves, right? And so it took me many, many years. And when I finally embraced it, I decided to write that book so I could help others with, not take those 12 years that it took me to decide that.
Tell me about the book. What's the name of the book, and where can we find it?
It's Hypnos-Niche. So like hypnosis, but Hypnos-Niche. And simply on my website, which is carynbird.com, my first and last name.com. There's a link there that invites you to I think it says Claim Your Niche. And you can get a free copy of the book, and I'd love for you to read it.
Wasn't sure how to say if it was niche or niche or niche.
That's funny you say that, because when I start a class, when I talk to anyone, it depends where you're from in the country. It's, niche. Jason will not always says niche because it makes you rich, right? We've all heard that.
That's right.
Hypnos-Niche sounds better with my book. But it depends, because sometimes when I'm presenting, the niche is everyone says niche. So I'm always flipping back and forth. I don't know. No right, no wrong.
It's all good. It is all good.
Yes.
So you have a program called Attitude of Champion. It's a course that you offer. Share with us about that.
It is a 3-month online course with modules. It includes mentoring and coaching, because my goal when I wrote this program, I had decided that with my 15 years and all of the experience I had, my sons are high-level athletes. My husband was a collegiate athlete. I've worked with hundreds of athletes. So I created a manual so I could teach other hypnotists, hypnotherapists, coaches, and trainers how to work with athletes in a very detailed step-by-step system. And then I created this course because I know for me personally, and I've spoken to many, we buy these courses, we buy these certifications, these online programs, we get halfway through them, we don't finish them, it sits on our shelf. I've got so many CDs and discs of programs that sounded really great and never get to them. And so my goal with this program was to offer it to you in a 3-month time span, hold your hand, help you speak the language, learn all of the marketing, how to get out there, how to get these athletes and high performers in your doors, and really see the success in that 3-month time. And so that was my goal. I'm teaching it now. It's been really great. I have 8 amazing hypnotists, hypnotherapists from new to seasoned, and I'm really enjoying it. So it's been a really exciting journey.
So now, can you sign up anytime, or do you offer it for a period of time that, you know, once you sign up, we start on this date and we go to this date? How does it work?
Yes. So I'm teaching a course now. The next launch is March 2nd. And because we have both group calls and then you get individual coaching throughout the program, it launches, I'm going to do it 3 times a year. So the next one is March 2nd.
Awesome. Awesome. And we'll put all the dates and everything and links on the website with this podcast link. Mm-hmm. So I want you to think about a time. No, I'm not putting you in a tree. Now, think back to a time when you were maybe early on with hypnosis and you saw that change in that other person and you're like, oh my God, this stuff is incredible, where you really saw the difference. Can you share some moment that just filled you with joy?
Isn't that cool? And you know, I do think about this as we are in the best field in the entire world because the changes we see in people. And like we tell all of our clients is, I'm not making the change, you are, but that little shift, that little aha, that little switch from reframe changes their entire life. And as you know, on a daily basis, I hear how they are just different people and how the change has been amazing in their life. I guess there's just so many swimming in my head right now. You know what I love to see is I love to see those that come in here, the 2 of them, the one, the hopeless, the helpless, the extreme panic attacks. My heart's racing. I think I'm having a heart attack. I'm always, I've been to the emergency room. How we can take them in, 4, 5, 6 sessions from there to they really look back and think, I can't believe I ever thought like that. And it's those little reframes, right? Those little switches. And that's amazing. I love to see that. And I think we need more of us. So that's why, my goal, even for this course, is to help others be successful so that they can get out there and do the work too with us. Yeah. But the other ones is the athletes. I love to see the change in confidence in an athlete when they come in, because a lot of times they'll come in because they are great athletes. That's why they're here. But they've gone from being this amazing, confident athlete to questioning themselves and questioning if they even want to play anymore and questioning why they've put all this work and energy into it. And when you can work with them in 3 sessions and take them from that place of just feeling so depressed and frustrated, all that self-doubt, to this place of confidence and belief and a mental toughness, it feels great. And it's in 3 sessions. And so those are, I think, I love those. I love those stories. They happen all the time, as we know. So yeah, a couple examples.
So you are like all over the place sharing what you do with others I've seen you at different hypnosis conferences. What are some conferences that you have coming up?
I have the Heartland Hypnosis Conference coming up this spring. I'm really excited about that. I love William Mitchell. So that's one of
Yes.
my favorite conferences.
Yes.
He's just such a great guy. I am going to HypnoBiz in New York.
Yes.
Selena's organizing that one. I love that one. I am co-organizing a women's hypnotist summit and retreat. So a little bit of learning, but mostly bonding and sharing with other women in our field. And that'll be next summer.
Well, share with us about that, what that's all about and where it's at and what's going on.
That is going to be next summer, July 25th through 27th. And it is going to be an experience where I just believe that women now, we're starting to step out more into our power, into entrepreneurship. And I know that the first 10 years of my business, I didn't have a mentor. I didn't know where to go. I feel like that's why it took me so long to get where I'm at. And I feel like if there was other women that I could have reached out to, other entrepreneurs, that I could have developed myself so much faster. And men are great businessmen, and we all know it, but women do business different. We speak differently, we talk differently, we have different motives and values. And so we thought this would just be really great for other women hypnotists that need mentors and just want to connect and bond so that we can help them be successful also.
Absolutely. I just got back from Tony Robbins. I walked on fire. I did it. Oh my God.
Awesome.
Incredible. It's something he said. Proximity is key. Get close to those who are already successful at doing what you want to do. So that is a great opportunity for women. I have 3 daughters and a son, and so I love to see my daughters aligning themselves with greatness, people that are already doing it and already successful. And you take that on. It becomes part of you.
I love that. And I think women are a little bit more apprehensive to reach out to other women, whereas men will reach out to other men in a second. But we tend to, I don't know, stand back from that for some time. So this is hopefully the opportunity that they can do that in that safe environment to be able to do that.
What else do you have coming up in the future with your own courses or trainings or presentations? Anything that you'd like to share?
A couple exciting things. In January, I am going to a leadership course through Hardcore Business with many other entrepreneurs. So I'm excited to share and learn. And it's really about what we do with our own clients, but breaking through those limiting beliefs and creating your vision. So I'm really excited about that in January. And then the other great thing I have going on is I am putting together a virtual summit. It'll be called Hypno Masterclass Virtual Summit. And it is going to be 14 amazing, successful hypnotists and hypnotherapists from around the world. And we'll be putting their presentations together, and we're going to offer it to the hypnosis community for how to grow and build your business. So I'm really excited about that, putting that together now. That will be available January 30th and 31st. And you'll see more information as we go through on how to get signed up for that. But it's a free summit that you can learn from and just appreciate all of the knowledge that will be there.
What are your favorite books? I know greatness comes from continued learning, and whether it was somebody or something or in books or somehow we took in that knowledge.
Yep. Think and Grow Rich, Norman Vincent Peale. Funny you say that, because I feel like a lot of my growth in the beginning was because my husband and I were very serious into Amway for a while, which we have to laugh, right? Those network marketing. And did we end up making it super successful and become rich off of it? No. We ended up having a family and didn't do it. But the bottom line is that there's huge growth there, and they encourage all of that personal growth. You know, the Franklin planners, all the books. So early on in my career, I was able to do a lot of that personal growth, which was pretty exciting. My new favorite one is Brene Brown and her Daring Greatly and her series of books. And she's got some really amazing ones.
Where would you like to travel, or something that you're wanting to do sometime in the future that you're excited about and also just a little bit anxious about?
Oh gosh. I want to travel and see the whole world. I love to travel.
Yes.
That's a tough question for me. On my bucket list is Australia, always has been. So super excited about the Australian conference. I'm not going this year, but definitely want to go next year.
Nice.
I don't have anything apprehensive about traveling. I love to travel. So no, I think it's just really doing the work and finding the time to get there, right?
Yes. Is there anything else that you want to share that we haven't gone over with anything about what you're doing, what you're up to, what you're excited about?
I just want to really get that out there and offer that book to anyone that is struggling with finding a niche, trying to decide if they should, niche their business. And I do offer, and you'll see in the back of the book, also at the carynbird.com website, that I am more than happy to offer a 15-minute niche clarity call with you, where we can talk about what your niche might be, how to establish your niche, and why it's important to have a niche. So I'm happy to get on that call with you. I have a calendar link if you want to get a hold of me right there on that website. So get the book, and I would be more than happy to talk to you about it.
What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Just go to my website, carynbird.com. You'll
Awesome.
Find it all there. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Caryn. I look forward to seeing more greatness in your future presentations and all that you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, David. Thanks for having this podcast.
Thank you for joining us today with Awaken the Mind, hosted by David Juhas.
Awaken the mind, you need to understand. If you can't, you must, and if you must, you can. Now that I got you, let me put you in a trance. Got you feeling hypnotic, your mind, let me massage it. Your thoughts are getting quiet, your stress subsiding. You starting to see images, but it ain't no mirages. Think it's time to calibrate. Take a breath and concentrate. Get into your subconscious. Time to feel the energy, the brain waves. Let's go deep into your memory. Beware of self, let the worries melt. All you see is you and you don't see no one else. Auditory digital, talking to yourself. It might seem bizarre, a feeling you never felt. This is your time to shine. Awaken the mind, the NLP and hypnosis guide. Yeah.